Buying a new home, it is a big decision, perhaps the biggest one you'll ever make. An investment of this size, not to mention all the financial jargon, all the requests, all the paperwork. It's like this. It's overwhelming. Here to navigate the process, President and CEO of Bank of Little Rock Mortgage, Scott McElmurray. Thank you so much for joining us. As always, good to see you.
You too.
This is a time of the year, not the best time of year to buy a house normally. You think spring and summer,
sure.
But people are buying homes now.
They are. And it could be a really good time to buy because of that simple fact that not a lot of people are maybe in the market. You might find someone who's willing to negotiate that really needs to get out of their house.
And we were talking about a few moments ago about how Pine Bluff Police Department was offering a $10,000 down payment assistance, and that really is the problem with getting first-time home buyers to get into
One of the biggest barriers for first-time home buyers is that down payment and closing costs. It's not that they can't afford it. I mean, they're paying rent right now anyway, right? It's just the saving of that down payment. So I thought it was a really good deal for the city of Pine Bluff.
So to walk through this process, what do people need to do if they decide that they are ready to get out of that apartment, to get out of that rent?
Well, be informed. I mean, that's the first thing. So there's a wealth of information online. Some of it's good, some of it can be confusing. So you kind of need a baseline of understanding. And so I'm kind of old school. I like the phone conversations because they're interactive and you can ask questions. But like our officers love to educate. And one of the things that they will do, especially with a first-time home buyer, is they may even prompt questions or answer questions before they're even asked or even know to ask. So getting that information down and really understanding what you're getting into, I think, is key.
Yeah, you don't know what you don't know until you buy your first house. Like, tell me about your tax return 3 years ago. Well, why?
Well, it's not even necessarily that. I mean, the terminology, LTV, what's that mean? You know, what are the different loan programs? You know, people look at, interest rate, for example, and say, well, I want the lowest rate. You do, but maybe not. Just having the lowest interest rate alone may not be the best program for you.
Yeah, for sure. What is something that stop a lot of people, as we said, is a down payment, but you don't have to have the 20%, you don't even have to have the 10%. So many other options.
Yeah, there really are. I mean, 3% is kind of the key for a first-time home buyer. But there are other programs like state bond programs that if you're in the lower income bracket or you don't make too much money, you can actually qualify with some down payment assistance, much like the Pine Bluff people were talking about. You can get some of that 3% help for down payment assistance and pay it off over time or potentially get it forgiven.
And one of the good things about working with an actual person locally instead of an online, lender is you walk through the process, and when you come up with a problem, you can kind of walk you through that.
Absolutely. I like to say you can get online, you can use us and get online and do everything digitally, but you can also come in and kick in the door if you need some questions answered.
There's a lot of questions asked. So there's a lot of questions. A lot of questions. We appreciate your help.
Good to have
as always, and we'll see you next time.